Hello everyone, welcome back to MuleSoft real-time use case series. As part of this video, we are going to solve the below use case. The use case is how many ways we can migrate data from one DB to another DB using MuleSoft. Okay, the source system is Snowflake and target is MySQL. Suppose the table contains 1 million records. I want to copy from or migrate from one source to another destination system. Okay, now here so far we have seen there are three solutions. Okay, one is using for each and pagination concept, and another one is using parallel for each and pagination concept, using batch process and pagination concept. And today we are going to discuss about solution 4 with fully automated process. So here there is no manual intervention is required. Okay, here we are going to automate everything. So how we are going to automate? So by using scheduler we are going to automate. Then we are going to use watermarking concept. Okay, I'm gonna explain. Okay, what is watermarking? Okay, this is very important in your real time also. Okay, now before going to proceed with this one, if you want to see as part of this use case the solutions 1 to 3, so what you can do is you can go to our YouTube channel ViTech Talks, go to playlist. So here you can see MuleSoft real time use cases and issues. So here you can able to identify all the solutions. Okay, all the solutions. Okay, let's get started. Let's get started. See, these are the solutions we have discussed earlier. So one is for each. Here we are going to insert one by one, and parallel for each. The records are going to insert parallelly. Here we are going to use batch process with bulk insert. So compared to all these three, so which one is better? The last one, the solution 3. So here every time we need to provide the input. Okay, then only it is going to execute, right? Okay, now we are going to automate everything. So what I will do is, let me create another flow here. Okay, mule configuration file, ViTech data migrate or migration automated process. See, if you want, you can keep everything here itself. Okay, but I don't want to keep here. So instead of listener, okay, so there is a simple change. Okay, there is a simple change. Instead of listener, we are going to use scheduler, and select query, it is going to change. Okay, the same batch process we are going to use. Okay, I'll copy paste this batch process anyway, don't worry about that. Okay, here type scheduler. Okay, my scheduler want to run at, okay, every 30 seconds. Okay, as of now I'm going to keep it as every 30 seconds just for testing purpose. Later I will change it. Okay, every 30 seconds fixed frequency. If you want, you can change it to cron expression also. Okay, as of now I'm going to keep it as fixed frequency with 30 seconds, and keep on logger here so that we can able to know, okay, whether the process is started or not. Before or else started. Okay. Scheduler started. Now what we need to do, we need to take the source system as Snowflake and target system is MySQL connectors. Okay, so in between, okay, how to fetch, how to automate this. Okay, so how we are going to use watermarking concept here, just observe carefully. Just consider here. Okay, still it is executing. Select top 10 from orders. Okay, how many values are there here? There are 10 rows. So what is watermarking here? Okay, what is watermarking here? So first, okay, whenever the scheduler is going to run, okay, the very first time, I want to read only first 5 rows. Okay, I want to read only first 5 rows. So this is, we have processed the very first time. We have processed for very first time. Okay, first time we have processed. Now, the second time onwards, so you should not pick, these 5 rows. So next, it has to start from 6, 7, and 8. Okay, you can consider, this is our table. So table contains 1 million records. 1 million records. So first time, how many you have read? Okay, 10K, 10,000 records we have already processed. Next, we need to process from 10,001. Okay, 10,001. From there to how many you have to process? Next 20K you have to process. Next, how many you have to process? After this, 30K. You should not process repeated values or repeated records. So that is the reason we are going to use watermarking concept here. Okay, so the best example, if you consider this one, select top 100. Okay, top 100. So first time, the very first time, we are going to read first 10 records. Very first time, we are going to read first 10 records. Next, you have to pick it from 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so the batch size is, suppose I'm going to keep it as 10. So how many times, if we are having 100 records, how many times we need to fetch? We need to fetch for 10 times, correct? So first time you will process 1 to 10, next 11 to 20, next 20 to 30, 30 to 40. Like this, you have to process up to 100. Okay, this is called watermarking concept. Okay, how you will get to know? You have to process from. Okay, you have to process from 10th row or 20th row. Okay, 30th row. So that's where watermarking come into the picture. We are going to use watermarking concept here. Okay, in order to process watermarking concept here, we need to use object store. Okay, that's very important. Okay, before this, okay, let me keep it as select, Snowflake select. Okay, just observe here. I'm going to process first 10 records. So what is the query? Select top 10, start from orders where order key greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so what it will do, it will fetch top 10 records. Okay, it will fetch top 10 records and it will get displayed. Now, what is the order key here? Okay, This is very important. Order key here. It is 34, right? So if I give 34 here, so next 10 records, just observe. See, it is starting from 34, next up to 67. Okay, in between there are 10 records. Now, I'll make it as 67. See, first you need to analyze in a ground level. Okay, how it is going to work. Then it's very easy to implement the solution. Now 100. So like this, it will work. Like this, it will work. Okay, this is the query. Select top 10. Start from orders. See, start from orders. Okay, this value, it will get keep on change. Okay, so how we are going to implement this? Okay, it's very simple. Copy this query and keep it here. Now, click on this FX. What is this? Order key. Order key. So how to implement this order key? I'll tell you. So here we are going to use colon order key. Now, so as of now, I'm going to keep it as 10 here. Just simply keeping 10. So we need to process from 0, right? But I'm going to keep it as 10. Okay. Let me remove this semicolon also. So here, what you need to do is you need to use object store. So in order to implement watermarking concept, you need to use object store. Before select, what you need to do, just keep it as a retrieve. So what is the key value? Order key. So the default value, okay, first time, how we are going to fetch? We are going to fetch by using 0, okay, 0. Next time, this 34, how it is going to store? Okay, so it will fetch all these 10 records, okay, all these 10 records, this Snowflake select connector. So here you have to pick the latest order key, okay. So here click on this plus, and here we do have two options. So one is persistent and transient, okay. So transient is something like it will store as a temporary. So persistent, the values will get stored in a permanent way, okay. No need to change anything, just click on OK. Let's click on OK here. Go to advanced tab. So I'm going to keep it as watermark. Okay, simply I'm going to give the variable name as target variable name as watermark. So the output of this retrieve is going to store in a watermark. Now go to select. Okay, go to select. Vars dot watermark. So the very first time, what will happen? It will give the default as 0, and it will pass the 0 as a order key. Okay, try to understand here. If we go with 0, what will happen? See, it will give the 10 values, top 10 values. Okay, so what is the order key value here? The latest order key value. We have to start from again 34, correct? 34. We have to store this value. See, from 34 to 67. So how to store this? Again, object store. You can use object store. See, after selecting, right? Okay. After select, you have to use store here. Order key. So here, if you observe here, So how to get this latest value? That means, okay, it's a max value. Okay, map, payload of map, dollar dot order key. So you will get all the order key values here. But what is the value it is required? We need maximum value or latest value, right? Okay. So what is the latest value or max value here? 67. Just simply you can keep it as max. Okay. See, every time what will happen? Every time what will happen? It will store the max value. The very first time you can consider as you're doing for very first time. Okay. See, what is the max order key here? 34. So 34 is going to store in object store. Again, before going to pass, okay, before going to pass Snowflake, the next time onwards, okay, 34, it will get replaced here. If it is 34 means, okay, the value will come from 34. Okay, 34. So no, what is the next value? 67. See, like this, it is going to fetch this. Like this, it is going to fetch. But here, if you observe here, so not required, it's a equal to, because so every time it is fetching the, I mean, before payload and after payload also it is fetching the corresponding value. Now, if we give 101, after this 101, it will fetch the top 10 values. Okay, top 10. So in this case, we can remove equal to, okay, greater than is enough. Greater than is enough. See, it's very simple. So what we are doing again, okay, scheduler, it will run at every 30 seconds. In the object store retrieval, okay. So first time we are going to retrieve, the default value is 0. So we have set the target variable as watermark, okay. Watermark contains 0. So first time it will fetch top 10 records based on this condition. Okay. So from there, it will store the max value. Okay. Max value, max payload value of order key. Now we need to process. So how to process this? You know already. Okay. We need to take batch step here. Okay. Just simply I'll copy batch process. Okay, go to XML. So after object store, so if you want, you can do drag and drop also. Okay, this part you know already. So we have discussed in a previous sessions. Okay, so what we are doing here, so just we are taking the batch job. So we are not processing one by one. So we are going to do bulk insert. Okay, bulk insert. So here the aggregator. Okay, aggregator is very important. Okay, what is the value we have given so far? Okay, so every time it is going to insert, right? Okay, so far I'm going to keep it as 100 records. 100. So here also in the select, I'm going to keep it 100. All these 100 we are going to process at the same time. Okay, as of now. Schedulers are started. Okay, here I'm going to keep on logger here before going to select. I want to see before select order key value. Where start watermark. So every 30 seconds it is going to run. Okay. So I'm not going to run in a debug mode anyway. I'll run in a normal way. Just try to understand here. Okay, it's very simple. So here we are using watermarking concept. Watermarking is nothing but suppose if you have 100 records or 1000 records. So how many? So first you have completed for the first batch. First batch, if you have completed 100 records, so we are not going to process again 100 records. Okay, we are going to process from 101, 101 to 200. Next, second batch is complete. The third batch, so 201, it has to pick and it has to process. That is called watermarking. Anyway, we have added the logger here. Okay. So meanwhile, let me delete the records. Okay, now the count is 0. Okay. Let me clear the logs. So still it is loading. Okay. So first it has to deploy in your local system. See, now it is deployed. Okay, now it is deployed. So it is deployed and it is processed some records. The scheduler started. See what is the before select order key value is 0 because default is 0, correct? So every 30 seconds it will run and it will get processed. Now if you go with this one, you can see, okay, it's processed I think 200 records. Okay, 100 records it is completed. So inside bash step, okay, I'm going to comment out this one also. Toggle comment. So that we can easily identify before select order key value. So it is coming as 0. Okay, let me check. Or else what we can do is, okay, for testing purpose, I'm going to make it as 0 here. Okay. Select top 10. Okay. Just every time, let's go with 10 records so that you can easily identify. whether we are getting the continuous records or how we are going to process. Okay, let me delete this. Now it is 0. Cool. Okay, total how many it is processed? 10 records now. Okay, the order key 1, 2, 3. Okay, up to 34. So the next time onwards, it has to process from 35. Okay, the key value I'm telling. Okay, so after 30 seconds. Okay, now we can see the count is 20. See, every time it is getting the same values. See, it's not taking the object store, the max value. Okay, let's see what is the issue here. Yeah, here we need to select object store. Okay, where it is going to store. Okay, so here also we are using object store 1. So the value, the default time, it is going to store it as 30 days here. Okay, okay, now you can see before select order key value is 34. It is taking now. Okay, next time we will see now. Okay, so next time it has to pick from 34 means, okay, so 34 means 68. See, before select order key. Okay, so this is called watermarking. So from 68, okay, from 68 order key, it will take the top 10 records and it will process. See, as of now, for testing purpose, I have given 10. Okay, so later we will change it to 10,000 or 20,000 or something. Okay, and we will process. See, now we can see how many 102. From 102 to 10 records. Okay, I want to see whether the values are storing fine or not. Okay, see, there is no duplicates here. 160. So every 30 seconds it will run after 160, right? Okay, so after 160, again 10 records it is going to insert. See, from 160 to 161, 162, 163, so up to 194. See, from 194, again 10 records are processed. If you see this one, how many records it got processed? Total 10 records. Total records processed as 10. Successful are 10. Okay. So now our process perfectly it is working. $228. Okay. Now what we need to do is, okay, there is no change here. So order key object store we are using, the default value is 0. While selecting, okay, how many I want to process. Okay, so every time, so what I'm going to do is, okay, I'm going to say yes. So just pick the 10,000 records. Okay, just pick the 10,000 records every time, and you can process 3 to 5 or else 50,000 records. So that is up to you. Okay, I'm going to keep it as select 50,000 records. Okay, select 50,000 records. But here in the bulk insert, so every 10,000 can process. Okay, every 10,000 you can do insert. So that's what I'm going to configure here. Okay, that's what I'm going to configure. So automatically it will get restart. So once it get restart, okay, it has to pick the value from every 50,000. It is not yet refreshed. What I will do, just simply I'll stop this process and I will run it again. Okay, I'll run this again. Just wait for a few seconds and see the magic now. This is not scheduler started. Job is completed. If you want, you can keep it, or else what you can do, you can remove this. Okay, better. I'm going to remove this one. Not require this. This logger. See what we are doing here. So it's very simple again. So first we need to take the object store as retrieve, and you need to configure with the order key as 0. So because we are going to consider with this order key, right? Okay. Now you need to use select Snowflake connector here. So here you need to configure 5,000 or 50,000 or 1 lakh. Okay. But don't go with more than 1 lakh. Okay. Again, it will take, okay, the select query itself, it is going to take to fetch all those values. It will take 2 to 3 minutes. Okay. So don't go with that. Now 5,000 records, sorry, 50,000. Select top 50,000 from orders where order key. Okay, first time it will come with 0. So again, we are going to use store here. Okay, object store. Here we need to use C max payload of map of order key. But 50,000 records, it will get processed in 30 seconds. No, it won't get, right? Okay, so what you can do is, so every 1 minute, okay, or 2 minutes you can keep it. Okay, I'm going to keep it as every 2 minutes. Every 2 minutes, okay, every 2 minutes, it has to pick the 50,000 records. Okay, it has to pick the 50,000 records and it has to process. So that is my requirement. See how simple it is. Okay, if you want, you can add the more loggers and you can observe. Every 2 minutes, I'm going to keep it. Okay, this is the order key value. Okay. So now, if we go with this one, you can able to see, keep on. So now 48,000. 48,000 records are inserted. So it's 50. So it's keep on, it is going to insert. So we have automated fully. We have automated fully with this process by using watermarking concept. By using watermarking. So there are a lot of scenarios we can use watermarking in your real-time use cases also, but this is one of the scenario. You have 1 million records. So you want to process, okay, 50K first, then another 50K second, then another 50K third, then we can use watermarking. So it's very simple. We can use object store and retrieve options here. So default, we are going to set it as 0, and store, we are going to use the max of order key value or customer ID or whatever it is. Okay. So the max value we are going to store here. So whenever the scheduler is going to run, it will pick this max value, and the select query will fetch the result of payload, and this payload we are going to process or insert here. Okay. Now there is another way. There is another way we can do it. Okay. So this is your assignment. This is your assignment. So instead of directly doing batch process here, so what we need to do is, okay, so you can write it into files. You can write it into files. So keep on. So what we are doing, keep on, we are writing into files. So there is another process. It should pick from files. So this batch process is going to pick from files and it has to process. So in that case, there are two flows will come. So one is going to push the data into files, and another flow is, so read the data into files. Just we are splitting this, that's it. Okay, just we are splitting this. So why do we need to split? See, this one is going to take for suppose 20 seconds. 20 seconds to fetch 1 lakh records. Okay, 1 lakh record. But here it is going to take some time, right? In order to process, suppose 1 minute or 2 minutes. Okay. So that is the reason. So this one, we are going to keep it as separately. So this will keep on write the records into a path, okay, or files. There is another process. You need to pick that and you need to process. It's like asynchronous way. So now this is synchronous process. So once it is completed, you need to process until it get completes. Okay, until it get completes, you should not start scheduler. So there are some scenarios. It may get fail. It may get fail. So there are some data issues. Okay, that is the reason. Okay, it can separate with this one. That's it. Okay, so this is first flow. This is second flow. So this is first project or second project, something like that. So this guy, so the source system is keep on. It will select the records and it will place it into a folder or path or Azure directory or Azure blob. Okay, so from here you have to pick and you have to process. Okay, that is another solution. That is your assignment. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks for watching this. Happy learning.